like maybe here.
Oh!
Guilty Gear Strife, teach me!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Teach Me series with Guilty Gear, where I get the pro players to teach me about the character. So, what's your name, what do you do, and how long have you been playing?
I am Dev, also known as Ramola. I play Soul. I played Soul for about 5 years, but I played Guilty Gear for about 9 now.
Okay, nice. Alright, so Archetype. Explain your character's role. Is he balanced? Is he rushdown? Is he command grab? What is Soul?
He's a strike throw character based around having like strong neutral tools. He's a good mid range, close range character. But basically, he's a very balanced strike throw, similar to Rushdown as well. He's got a command grab. He's like kind of everything in one.
Okay, cool. So let's go over Soul Badguy's key moves.
Absolutely. So the first one, I think what most people immediately think of is Far Slash, right? Far Slash, 10 frame startup, 13 frames recovery, plus 2 on block. So, like, pretty much it frame traps very well, even if you do, like, you know, Far Slash 5P, Far Slash 2K, in jail jumps, stuff like that. Very strong, gives a lot of damage on counter hit, especially. And even if you don't use it, like just you cancel into something else, it's still very strong to frame trap. So not only is it plus, just to, like threaten itself on its own, but you have good cancel options that make it very, very strong too. It's most likely his best move, but I mean, I think it's like, you know, most known for good reason, right?
Okay.
Next one would have to be 6S. It's like his pinnacle, like amazing mid-range tool. Controls a lot of space. Gives a lot of damage. Has good cancel options. It's the same sort of thing. It's like it allows him to bully characters, even though he's more of like a strike throw, like, you know, close range throw you type character. He can also compete with characters, you know, at longer range because of how 6S works.
Okay.
And so that's like, you know, where he's what really helps him be that balanced type of character, right? Next, I would say probably his third best normal would be 6H. It's very fast. It's one of the best options. It's probably the best move in the game for whiff punishing normals. Like if someone just like constantly like swings in front of you, then you know you get a pretty big return. Also on counter hit. So like it's quite good. And those are pretty much like his main 3 buttons that really stand out. He of course has close slash as well, which is +3, and also leads into far slash. So these are all like really powerful tools he has that allows him to like both control mid range and control you know, close range very well. So like, you know, it's hard to play mid range against him, but it's also like if he's in your face, it's really hard, right? So that's really like the pinnacle of like, you know, him being balanced, like a balanced type of strike throw character.
Okay, cool. And then what about like his special moves?
For special moves, I think like the most obvious one would be Gunflame. It's great for controlling space. Depending on how late it hits, it can be very plus. Depending on how close it is, it can be very minus. It's very, very strong, especially like with pushback, because you can delay your normal to delay your special cancel, excuse me, to make it even more plus. Just see like by the pushback.
Yeah.
So it's very, very strong. And also to complement that, he has a feint. So like, let's say if you're looking for Gunflame in neutral, and he does feint, like you do air dash over to try to punish him.
How do you do that one? How do you do the fake one?
It's 2 and 4P, so it's just the opposite input of Gunflame.
Oh, okay.
So it's half the duration. So like if someone thinks you're going for Gunflame and you do feint, then you know you can anti-air them, punish them, and that's like a good example of like his type of character, just like kind of trying to take advantage of people like, you know, having a knee-jerk reaction or, you know, anything like that.
Okay.
For another move, there's Fafnir. Fafnir is very, very strong. It's about 24 frames start up. But what makes it very strong is that it actually guard crushes. It will do a lot of chip, or it gives a big combo on hit as well. But even blocking this is pretty bad, right? So what benefits the most from it is even if you make them block, they lose probably like 5%, 7% health around there. But it's also plus, I believe it's plus 12. It's around there. It's very, very plus. So I mean, it complements his overall game plan. And of course, it gives a very good combo on hit as well. So like, it really does it all, and really, it's a good cornerstone of his game plan because, you don't want to just let him keep, Fafnir in your face, right? So it incentivizes you to press a button, but I mean, if he does, something like this, then he just starts his pressure anyways. So it's very, very strong, and pretty much like, one of his top moves. And probably lastly for special moves is Vortex. Vortex is super fast, gives a really good combo. Pretty much it's what makes it especially stand out is that you can actually low profile moves with this. So like, let's say if someone does something like 6S, it can go over, and I mean if it trades, it also enables a combo too. So it's extremely, extremely powerful.
Whoa. So you were saying before that he's got like some Shoto aspects here. Like, what about like his DP, like the uppercut move? You don't really think of it as a key move, like, or as an anti-air or anything like that?
It's okay. I think honestly, like, it's fast and very strong, of course, as like it can anti-air. It can really do anything, and it can even give you like good damage on an RC, which I'll show off a bit later.
Okay, cool.
Then, of course, H is very important, but it's not so much like a anti-air or like a dragon punch as much as it's a combo tool. Because I mean, look at how much damage it does, right? So like even like basic combos like this with HDP. I mean, look at how much damage that does, right? That's almost like half your health bar.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very strong. S is very, very strong as like a wake up reversal, and H is a bit more reserved for combos, but they're still both very good options to represent. Of course, risky, right? Because if you whip this, then it's quite bad. But it can also function as an anti-air. It can sometimes like you can do it to make yourself safe, like in ambiguous situations, like if they block Bandit Bringer. They can, since you're always -2 and it pushes out, you can kind of try to take your turn back with DPRC, right? So it is very useful as well.
Whoa. We don't want to show the Roman cancel stuff just yet. We're going to show that out a little bit later on. All right, cool. So, you showed me some of the moves. You didn't bring in the fact that he has a command grab. Is there any particular reason?
His command grab is very strong in terms of damage, but what kind of makes it a bit weak outside of like some specific situations is it gives up the corner, right? And like his whole game plan is he wants to keep you in the corner and like really go from there. But of course with meter in the last patch they actually made it so you can combo off this, right? This you could not do this before, so it's still very, very strong. But typically, like Soul wants to kind of hold the corner, try to like go from there, and to close out maybe like Wild Throw would be good. But honestly, like regular throw is very, very effective for him. Like even just like kind of throw looping like this, because it incentivizes you to press a button or something where you get slammed.
That normal throw, he doesn't even. I thought they would at least like added pushback or something. That throw was just like raw. He's right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's really unforgiving, like this sort of situation, because not only does it like not keep you that far, it leaves you in wild throw range, but not in regular throw range.
That is crazy.
So
Okay.
like,
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I'm actually just shocked at it. Like, I didn't know that. You know, from what you told me about the normal throw and then not being able to normal throw, but you can wild throw. That's crazy.
it's very, very strong, yeah. And then wild throw, also very important to keep in mind, is on wake up try to throw. It's actually throw and vault.
Oh,
So
wow.
that is very important to keep in mind. So like if they try to wake up throw against you and you do wild throw, it will always win. Unless you
Oh,
Christmas
no,
time
because we
it.
got rollback. We got rollback. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go into Roman cancels. Your top 5 Roman cancels. So this is your time to show me what Roman cancel stuff you have, man.
Great. So here's one for SDP that's very strong. It's just a regular kind of like combo, but since Soul gets a lot of damage, you know, off a Dragon Punch, that's 200 damage. That's almost 50%, which is incredible, right? Another common one is on counter hits. So I was gonna say I wonder if we can turn that on, but
Unless you want me to press like a button
yeah,
afterwards or press.
press 5H, yeah. If you want to just press it whenever I run up.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna count it hit you.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
There must be a way to say it. Hold on. There must
Let's
be.
see.
Oh, there isn't a way. Whoa. Display. Nah, there isn't a way. All right. So what's his slowest move?
Probably his this is 5H.
Okay. Here we go.
So there we go. Okay, so let's restart because you'll die otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Oops, you can actually fast RC it.
One second.
That's how I missed it.
One second.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh
So
my
does a lot of
gosh.
damage. It's one of his like best punishes, and if like you're closer to the corner, like maybe here.
Oh.
So it's very, very strong. Fast Roman cancels are pretty much like one of his main things that are especially damaging. Like I'll show you. This is pretty much like his his bread and butter kind of combo with meter. You can see like it also does a lot of damage. Like with meter, this is like really where he shines, right? For other RCs, there's stuff like you can do like let's say with BRCs, which are also very strong. You can pretty much like make a combo. It's like so effective. Like like
Oh, okay. It slows down the time.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So like BRCs can sometimes make combos that normally would not work. You can sometimes get combos that wouldn't work because of RC slowdown as well in similar ways, even without like
Easily.
without BRC. And of course, like he can do left gates to you even with with something like this.
What?
Basic idea, but it's probably better to. I guess you could do high lows as well. Pretty much like the amount of freeform stuff you can do is like very, very high. A lot of it I don't always use, but like it's like these are all options he can represent, which is something that makes him extremely powerful.
Jeez, was that 5? I felt like that was more than 5. I don't know. That was a lot.
I mean, like that's like the beauty of Soul, right? You can pretty much like make anything pretty much work, right? Like he just uses the RC system so well, like in so many ways.
Crazy. And what about the wild throw? I know we've probably gone way over 5, but what about the Roman?
Yeah.
Not the Roman. The wild throw Roman cancel.
Yeah, for a combo for that, you can do this. Depending on like the spacing, you can actually get more damage too, because of how the wall system works. So, and I mean, like another. I know we've already gone over, but like it feels like there's so much you can touch on, right? Like a burst safe route, right? So if you try to burst midway through, it just whiffs.
You want me to burst?
Yeah, you can burst.
Alright, cool. I don't know if my burst button's set. Wait a second. Let me see what my burst button is. Alright, hold on. Oh, I don't have a burst button. Alright, my bad.
You can also just like D button with any other button.
Oh, was it just D?
Yeah, just D with another button if you want.
Okay.
Press
Alright, cool.
one.
There we go, yeah. Alright, I can't burst now. You have to...
Yeah. So that works on the way up, right? Even if you delay it, that's how I didn't do it right, but that also would have been burst safe.
Oh my goodness.
So like, he's got a lot of really strong options, and honestly, like, it only gets better, like, the more familiar you're with the system, right? That's something that makes him very, very strong.
Okay, cool. So the approach, what do you need to do with this character then? Because obviously we spoke about it on the archetype section, but what are you meant to look out for when it comes to using Soul? Like, what are the stuff you're meant to look out for in a match? And useful anti-airs, because I've seen that he has two.
He's got a time, yeah.
So he has this one as well, and then he has not that one. I'm not even doing it. The uppercut. Am I not doing it? There we go. Oh. Yeah, so he has the uppercut as well. Like, what other stuff, and what useful frame traps does he have?
So, like, the main idea with the character is you want to play, like, close range. Like obviously he does have this button, but his damage is a little limited without meter. But of course, like, once he gets to the corner, you have to guess when he's it's like he's like knocking on the door, like demanding to get in. Like, he just controls so much space here, like, very well. Gets huge return. The whole goal is to just get them to the corner and run strike throw offense, because that's when he really, really shines in terms of damage, in terms of everything. But of course, like, he can play like mid range too, right? Like, he can do this. But some characters that kind of outrange him, like Kai in some situations, like Nagure Yuki, sometimes Potemkin, like, these are characters that can outrange him a bit and make him have to be a bit creative about how he approaches. But I mean, he's got like a ton of options to do it. He's very fast, and like his buttons are very fast too. I mean, like, a normal that I really should have touched on was 5K. That was one thing I absolutely should have. It's 3 frames, so like this is the fastest normal in the game, tied with Chip's 5P. So, like, once you're in this range where you can represent 5K, you have so many strong options to really bulldoze them. But like, of course, like, from here, like, his far slash is kind of short, his 5H is kind of short, 2S, 6S is pretty much like his big long option. So pretty much, like, if they're a character that can outrange you, you want to be a bit creative about how you get in, with Bandit Bringer, or sometimes, like, preemptive Gunflame to try to take them, take them out early. For useful anti-airs, he actually has so many anti-airs. He's got 6P, which this has upper body invul, so if someone jumps in on him, like, even if it's kind of late, then 6P will work. 5K is also an anti-air just because it's so fast. The first hit is 3 frames, and the second hit is 5. So, like, it's faster than some people's, like, jabs, pretty much. Then, of course, he's got SDP. You can also use H as an anti-air. And in some certain situations, 2H is also a functional anti-air. And believe it or not, there are some situations where even his 2D is an anti-air, which it does not look like it, but it, like, against characters like Mei, it can actually anti-air them. So, I know, it's crazy, right?
That is crazy. All right, cool. Well,
so frame traps, right?
Yeah, we got to go over the frame traps. I know he has frame traps.
Yeah. Oh, he's like made a frame trap. So, like, his close slash, far slash. This is like, one of the most basic frame traps. It's like just a Gatling, but it leaves you plus. And then he can always just go into 5/8 from either. And of course, like I said, depending on how you space the gun flame, you can actually B plus here to start pressure again. Especially if they use like faultless defense. So that's like, you know, one of the main ones. 5K 6S, this is actually a frame trap as well. And one thing that you can always do too is if, let's say you finish your string, like most people will start to like gamble here, or they'll be ready to block gunflame. But if they try to jump out because they expect the gunflame, you can actually frame trap with a late bandit revolver. This is about -7 normally.
Okay.
But you get huge return if they actually jump it when you have meter. So
Jeez. Oh, sorry, I done jump out. That's
okay.
One.
Oops.
Sorry. There we go.
His frame traps are just too good.
Oh my lord, man. So, what about his like super moves? Because we didn't really talk about them before. What do you think about his super moves?
He has like the famous one being Dragon Install. I guess in this game it's Heavy Mob Cemetery. It looks very cool, but it's not that useful. It does have armor, but it doesn't really. You can jump it and pretty much avoid it, especially with meter. But he does have a very, very strong other super, Tyrant Rate, which is like pretty much his main damage super. And it has a lot of damage. So like, let's see it. If you do this combo into like let's say without meter it's 238, but if you use Tyrant Rate, this actually has a clean hit if you're close enough to where it'll do more damage. So you can see it adds pretty much like just over like 20 damage. Just about.
Is crazy. So would you say that the throw, so how do you do throw super and how do you do that free super? So that super is half circle back, half circle, yeah.
Half circle back forward, yeah.
Okay.
It's Tyrant Rave and 2 and 4, 2 and 4, 8. So quarter circle back, quarter circle back.
Okay, quarter circle back. Okay, nice. Okay, so you know, I've definitely appreciate you coming on the show and teaching me about Soul Badguy. Yeah, if people wanted to find you, do you stream? Do you do YouTube? Let people know where they can find you on social media.
Okay, great. I stream at Twitch TV/Ramola. My Twitter is at SuperDebico, DEBICO. And my YouTube channel is Ramola Channel, CH.
Okay, thank you very, very much for coming on the show and teaching me about Soul Badguy.
Thank you for having me.
Now, really, really appreciate the Roman Council stuff as well. Like, I'm more than sure there's a lot of people that will be interested. Obviously, if people want to see the commands, they're both on the left and right as well, so you lot can see the commands and stuff. And if you lot don't know about the number notations, there will be a video beforehand with this one that you can watch. I'll even link it here so you lot can see. So, if you don't enjoy this video, remember to subscribe. Go check out DEB with all of the stuff that's there. You know, make sure you subscribe, follow, give a thumbs up, and we're going to be on the next Guilty Gear Strive Teach Me episode. Take it easy, everyone.
Thank you.